Welcome back. We've got to prove that urn was actually in the Acme Detective Agency. And how do we do that? Because it's like, yeah, we saw it. We could have Mia testify as well and be like, yep, we definitely saw it there. But would that be taken as evidence in itself? Will that be taken into the record? Because that case of, well, of course we could say that with a defense, but we could also be lying. So it's like a case of like, I've never heard about fingerprints on it until this point, have we, as far as I remember. So it's like, I'm gonna go with testify about what we saw, but it's like, why is that option there? That one, it's like, I don't think it's that one at all, it's just those two. It's like, I'm gonna testify. What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say? Nick, come on. It should be easy to prove. After all, we checked out that bag, didn't we? You're right. I remember doing that. Whatever was in there, it was hard and round and smooth, too. Yes. It must have been the urn. It must have. Oh. It'll have our fingerprints on it. Like, it's both. It's the top option and the second option. It's like, if we put our hand in there and it was round and it was smooth, it'll have our fingerprints on it. So, yeah, us testifying will also prove the fingerprints, so we go back to that and we do the fingerprints again. We'll see. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes, but you'll have your fingerprints on it. Acme walked in just when I was about to have a look at it. So even if it was the urn there, I can't testify that it was. You're right. Huh. Looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Trite. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth. Thank you, boy. Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn. Maybe I could still testify about it from another angle. What about it, Mr. Wright? Have you given up yet? There must be some way. Got to prove the urn was actually in the Acme Detective Agency. Show fingerprints on the urn. It's like, because he would be smart enough to not have his own fingerprints on there, but ours? Ours would be on there. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place, and that's not where we're going, mate. In any case, I always have the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. Still not where we're going, mate. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Acme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. One Mr. Phoenix Wright. So, what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Acme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. Can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there, General Gadot. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just, Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. My fingerprints are on there. Then it proves that the urn was in Detective Acme's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Acme Detective Agency. Huh. This blend. Gadot blend number 107. I decided it's a little too bitter after all. Oh, I don't want a bitter drink. Terrible. Oh da. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? Yes, finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Master Mask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Sure. Well, Mr. Gadot, what's Mr. Atmy's condition? He's catatonic, sir. He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. Nick, we're right after all. Yeah, guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief. The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. It's him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please. I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is, what? But... Objection! The identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry up and pass judge... What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. Mr. Gadot, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Huh. Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir? If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry? Afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are Master Mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir, I'll be happy to. Yes, I'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail, I swear. Okay, then talk. We're all listening. Oh, well, let's all have a listen to this confession. Master Mask's identity. The truth is, I've been Master Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mask, can you? Probably can. I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. Yes, you do. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle, and it got torn off, that's all. Don't like the direction this trial has taken. But this is how every trial goes, at least with me, anyway. Ah. You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Gadot, you're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? And if you make it through this with flying colours, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master Mask. Thank you so much, Mr. Gadot. I'll do my best. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. Again, this is all too easy, too quickly. It's very dodgy. The truth is, I've been Master Mask all along. Yep, I agree with that. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mask, can you? Nope, I can't because you are. I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. Yes, you do. You've got no alibi. I've been a judge for a long time. And this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi. I tell you I was in Lordly Taylor that night. No. That's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse. Hold on. What is it, Nick? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake. Well, you're right, but... You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. No, it smells like gravy. It's weird. Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi? Yes, his wallet. I have the evidence. Or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh, I've never seen you this angry before. I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. I thought I was more confident than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show this court the evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime. It's like his wallet. It's 1 a.m.
Take that!
Mr. Light. This wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Light, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Let's see, I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night. No! So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. No. Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. Went to Larry anyway. Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, I've been there. Well, Mr. Gadot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee. Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Gadot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet to KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there. He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight. You probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? the keycard to KB Security's CEO's office. No. Huh. That was a pretty good try, Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. What? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. This stupid kid. Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 AM that night. It's gonna be this, isn't it? If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 AM on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. It's like, my mind's just like, how does this work into everything else? So it's like, if we're going with the logic of Luke Atme is trying to acknowledge the fact he is Master Mask, he's trying to take Ron's alter ego away from him, essentially. He's trying to take the fame and the glory of Master Mask away from him and claim it for himself. Then he would have sent this letter, this blackmail letter, to make sure he has an alibi, to make sure he is somewhere else at the time he's committing the crime as Master Mask. But it all comes back to, okay, it's all set up so it's like it's clearly showing that Atme is Master Mask, which is the lie. Like, you know, it's all built up for that reason. But why? That's the bit that gets me. Why is he doing this? And I don't know yet. There's not enough. There's not, like, why are you trying to take credit? Why? But anyway, yeah, the letter. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? Yes. Basically, it says bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right. At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security's CEO office, a full half hour away from the scene of the crime. No. How are you saying that while you're drinking? How did you do that? Order! So, when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. Looks like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection!
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Gadot blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate this CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that. I'm not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you would need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright. Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 AM that night. Larry Butts. So I picked up Ron Delight's wallet while working on the night of the crime. Who is this useless-looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly. Just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat. Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh? Question at hand is, this keycard. Yep, that's the keycard they used in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one's for the CEO's office. You need it to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. It tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this key card's data. Blah! They spit her. Well, Mr. Gadot, the name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullitt. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 AM in the morning of the crime. Keycard updated in the court record. But that means... can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Master Mask in this photo. Huh. Looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew up a good cup of joe. I mean, you can't. So then... Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Master Mask. Good job, you did it, Nick! What did I do, though? That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty. But what have we done? Oh, well done, yes, quite good. Good show. Court is now adjourned. What did we do? October 13th, 2:24 PM, District Court. Defendant Lobby. Number 4. Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Oh, pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, you're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ouch. She slapped me. Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick? Yes? You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client. No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow, a double slap. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? No. There's clearly more going on here. We got the sacred urn back, and the thief has been caught. You're so right. It's all thanks to Nicky boy here. But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. We won the case. And why does this guy still look so glum? But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is... Come on. Give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Gadot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Oh, shit. Kane Bullard? Have I heard that name before? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. Atme killed him! Atme killed him, we just set him up with an alibi. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's a lovely twist. Lovely twist. The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. Yeah. We've made it seem like Ron is the one that did it. Like the entire thing's backwards, isn't it? That's brilliant. 1 a.m. on October 12th. I knew there was going to be something. I was just waiting for like, what the hell happened? You don't mean? That's right, amigo. Same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, you've figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Helped me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron DeLite was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLite was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Employee of KB Security. Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi, yeah. That's absolutely brilliant, Atme. Well done. That was so good. So good. No way. Can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. Can't be true. But I am the thief, I tell you. Ron DeLite, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Wright. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy. Who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. DeLite. Nick, how could this be happening? We were played. Right in front of our very eyes. Our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Ronnie! Oh. Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. The heck's gonna happen next? Yeah, that is absolutely brilliant. This, like when you think back to like the previous game. Oh, it's saving. Why are we saving and then ask me to save? But yeah, if you think back to like the previous game with the whole clown case. Yeah. It just the whole circus. It's like very much that sort of thing of like that felt like a real sort of downturn in writing. This this is good. It felt like something was wrong. And it was just like, why? Why are you taking the fall? Why are you trying to take his fame and his glory? And it's like, so you have an alibi and make it seem like someone else is guilty. Absolutely well played, well written, fantastic. Anyway, we'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.